Is Black Hammer once again on Call of Duty Modern Warfare. If you watched last night, then you would notice that we got back-to-back wins in Warzone. Before I start today, I'm going to quickly go through some of the weapons that I've been using and basically talk about how they're very very suited towards this game mode. So there's Battle Royale quads, Battle Royale trios, Battle Royale solos, and Plunder quads. I prefer Plunder just because I think it's a bit more, just a bit better. And you've heard me speak about this in multiple videos. So I'm going to go down all the way through my gun collection. I'll start it off with Spartan, named after the shield, similar to the Spartan army and the use of their shields. This one's used primarily on shipment. If you played shipment, whether it be domination or capture the flag or team deathmatch or free for all, shipment is a very small, close quarters styled map, and this is when the shield and the shotgun come in to it really good. I'm using the shotgun Bravo, or the R9 shotgun. I've got one of my weapons that I've unlocked, which is a legendary one. It's the Bloodhound. It's from Season 2. Very good gun. The only thing I wish I could fix on it would be the range. The fire rate and the damage and the accuracy is pretty good. The control is very good. But the range, unfortunately, is not as much as if I was to choose the Ice Storm, which is a shotgun Charlie, also a legendary gun from Season 2. You can see the range there, it's just a bit better. Yeah. So I've got the Spartan. I'm using the Double Time perk, as well as Overkill and Amped, and I've got that with the Frag Grenade and a Flash Grenade. Purely, like I said, this is for a small map where it's quick to move in and out, and I mean the frag's good and the flash is good for getting your opponent. Moving on, this is one of my ones where I'm just testing at the moment. So the primary gun I'm using is Kilo 141, or the Assault Rifle Alpha, and it's one of my blueprints, which is battle tested. It's an epic blueprint as well from Season 2. I think a lot of the weapons I do use are from Season 2. And then we've also got the Handgun Echo. Basically your normal Glock. And we're using Hot Nugget, which is pretty decent actually. It's a legendary blueprint. And it goes pretty good. Once again with Double Time. I really like the Double Time perk because, as it's mentioned here, double the duration of tactical sprint, and it also increases your crouch movement by 30%. It's just really good. Hardline, it just means that your kill streaks cost one less, and if you go up to the kiosk, then you get 25% discount on pretty much everything. And Amped, which is faster weapon swap and rocket launcher reload speed. Purely because that's, unlike my other assault rifle that I'm using, is a let's just check this. So yeah, it's like probably a 30 round clip that I'm using. I haven't, I've got the options for a 50 round mag, 60 round mag, and then also a 100 round drum, which you'll see on a couple of my other ARs. But that one, purely, I've left it sort of as is, and I guess I'm only using 4 out of 5 of my sort of custom mods that I could put on, and if you know, there is that potential to put on the 100-round drum, but I like it as it is. Moving on, I got Guerrilla Warfare Style, and I've nicknamed this one Nam. This is my sniper package, so I've got the Chroma, which is the Dragunov, and one of my blueprints. You'll see it's got a deduction in accuracy, range, and control, but mobility on it sort of makes up for that. And I mean, if you're going to sniper, you sort of got to have your eye in already. This is only a rare blueprint, so it's not one of the better ones. I do have one such as Hadir's right hand, which you use in the campaign mode, and then also the boom slang, which is a legendary gun. But what I like about the Dragunov compared to the HDR and the AX50 is that this one's a semi-automatic sniper rifle, whereas the other two takes ages to reload because you're using a single shot caliber. Moving on, I've got the AUG, or as I've named it, the EF88, which is used by the Royal Australian Air Force. Pretty standard one. I've unlocked a legendary one, but I've pretty much created these two based on my game mode style. And that just goes to show, even though you have a legendary blueprint, you know, you may be better off just creating your own. Because if you look at the stats here on the weapon details, I mean, there's not that much difference between the legendary one that I've unlocked and the ones that I've modified myself. So feel free to experiment with what suits you best. Using the kill chain perk as well as overkill. Overkill is the double main weapon feature, and also tracker. Also got the proximity mine and the gas grenade. The reason for those to match with the sniper is that if I'm on a building and there's only one way up, which is a ladder, I can chuck the proximity mine at the top of the ladder and potentially derail an opponent before he gets a chance to sneak up behind me. Vice versa with the gas grenade. If someone's coming in on my position, throw the gas grenade, potentially stun them, and then give myself a chance to either escape or to get them. Next one is called the Equalizer, named after Denzel, Big Zell. I'm using an LMG, or a light machine gun. This is one of my blueprints. It's called the Baddie. I've used LMGs a lot, and this is sort of one of my favorite ones. It's a good gun, and also the monochromatic handgun Echo, or once again the Glock. I was using the Hot Nugget in the other one, which is a legendary. This one is a common one, but I find that with the attachments I was able to put on it, it just made it more perfect towards my design that I needed. Perks for this one: EOD, takes reduced damage, restock, recharges my equipment quicker. Shrapnel, I spawn with an extra piece of lethal equipment, which is a grenade. Double time, which is quicker movement. Scavenger, resupply ammo from dead players, and hardline, which is cheaper prices at the kiosks, and also kill streaks, one less, depending on which game mode you're playing. And loading out with the proximity mines and the stun grenade. This one's called Beast Mode. These are sort of my favourite weapons to use at the moment, which include the Regal Retribution, which is a Kilo 141 or Assault Rifle Alpha loadout. It is epic, but it was what drew me to this weapon was the 100-round drum, which just really is better than say your 30 round mags where you're going through it really quick, and it just gives you that bit of extra. When in a gunfight, you can easily trick your opponent. Say if you shoot 30 rounds and then stop, they will, if they've been forced into hiding, then they might pop their head back out and it'll give you that extra chance to shoot them, because they won't know that you've got 100 bullets. The next one is Assault Rifle Charlie, or the M4A1. This is one of, so I've got the Purist, which is a rare blueprint, but this is one of my modified weapons. And I just want to show you what I've got here. So the muzzle, I've got the compensator on. The barrel is the stock M16 Grenadier. The optics is the GI Mini Reflex, and the rear grips rubberized grip tape, and the underbarrel is the Commando foregrip. Once again, mix and match around, find exactly what you like. With this gun, I was looking for something with a higher accuracy and range, and also easy to control. I love using this gun in a Azir cave, because when you're in that cave, you can have 4 different exits or entrances around you, so you need to be really able to move around and control that weapon whilst also maintaining your accuracy. So that's what works for me, along with the Regal Retribution, and then with the perks, double time, quicker movement, overkill, which is his 2 main guns, tracker, which is really good within that cave because there's a lot of chances, there's a lot of places for people to hide, and then once again, proximity mine and stim. This one, John Wick, this is one of my, probably my second favourite. I've got the Bengal, which is a submachine gun, and I really love this gun. I used to use the Piercer, which is a rare blueprint, but then I moved on to this one, which is a legendary one, and it's just, I mean, it looks good, it's easy to shoot with. What I really love about this is the thermal hybrid scope. So it's a 3.25 thermal scope, and it's just, I mean, I really like it. You'll see on this gun the mobility is down. I don't feel like that affects me much, so I'm still able to use it and rack up some wins. And then we've got the Launcher Alpha, or the PILA. Portable infrared launcher. This is a surface to air, and it's able to, if you've watched some of my videos, it's able to lock on to any vehicle, whether it be a quad, a car, a helicopter, whatever it be, it will lock on and it makes your job much easier. Double time once again, which is probably one of my favourite perks. High alert, battle hardened, tracker, tune up, and shrapnel. And then with the frag grenade and the smoke grenade. I did have the, I used to love using the Semtex, which is the sticky grenade, and it's, between the frag and the Semtex, they're probably 2 of my favourites. But like I said, if I'm in my sniper mode, then I'm more likely to use a claymore or a proximity mine. And then my current loadout, which I use, which is Maze 100, involves the primary weapon, which is the Regal Retribution, as I mentioned, the Kilo 141 Assault Rifle Alpha. It is a legendary blueprint, and I just find that 100 round gun, 100 round clip, just really right up my alley. And then once again, the PILA. And then double time, hardline, tracker, my main perks, and then scavenger, EOD, and cold blooded. Once again with the frag and the stim. You'll see my top 2 ones, there's not much difference between there. I mean, it's still the secondary weapon, still double time, still the frag, and there's just some mix and matching going on from this one to that one. Alright, with that being done, let me just check this off. With that being done, let's jump one straight into it. I'm going to play quads. I don't really like playing quads with anyone other than the people in my clan. So you'll notice squad fill, there's fill, or there's don't fill. I just go don't fill, and that just means I play quads but solo. So one of my missions today is start one contract at the Zokov Boneyard, which is where we're going to head to now, and hopefully rack up some kills. It is a bit more trickier playing solo in a quads game, because you'll run into opponents who've got, you know, 3 extra people around them, and it's easy for them to gang up on you. But it's a good way to I guess get a bit more better and more reliant upon yourself, so that when you are playing in a squad yourself, you can, you know, go off and check houses by yourself, or, you know, go and complete missions within the game mode itself.
Holding for deployment. Take this time to warm up.
So loading out the Maze 100, Regal Retribution and the PILA. This lobby section, it is fun to play every now and then, but I really get over it. Nowadays I'm more tending to, like, I'll just come and sit here and just chill. Everyone over there is just, what have I loaded out with? Oh, that's weird. So I've got Clint Eastwood's gun for some reason. So now this sort of makes me a bit more keen too.
Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
Someone use this.
Your mission is simple. Secure more cash than the enemy.
So I don't believe that's the
Set
one
a
I'm
drop
looking.
point
I
for
don't
your
know.
team.
I can't remember if it was a bounty or what contract it was specifically, but I'm going to drop in on the boneyard.
Watch the skies.
You'll notice this is pretty much, we call it the airplane cemetery, because you'll just see there's airplanes, just bits and pieces all over the shop, which have been broken up. So it looks like he was doing the exact same thing, and his crew's rocked in there. I'm going to head over this way, purely only because that's not the contract that I needed to do. So I'm not, you know,
Be advised, there's an enemy team hunting
I'm
for you.
not committed to that 100% to getting that specific one. You know what was funny is that the people who've just gone over there, now they have the contract to get me. So it should be fun.
I will drive.
They will definitely come up and do it. For those who don't know, but do play the game, when you are being hunted, you'll notice that on the left side of your screen it'll say protect such and such. and then it'll give the where the fret is, a colour for the fret.
I'm the driver.
And that just shows, you know, the different colour shows how close the enemy are to you. So for instance, it was orange then, and they were very close. You'll see as I drive away, it'll drop back down to yellow. And all that means is that the fret is further away than... Yeah, so it's yellow now, which means, I don't know the exact measurement, whether it be, you know, a K or two away. But yeah, got out of there. If I had been playing with a squad, you know, we probably would have taken those guys on.
I'm driving.
Just with single, when you play solo, you really got to be a bit choosy about exactly what you know, when you choose to stay and fight. It wouldn't have been a bad time to fight because currently no money, which means I couldn't have lost anything. Or anything substantial.
Enemy UAV overhead.
And also I'm hoping if they come after me, then they're probably in a vehicle. And using my secondary weapon, you'll see that I'll be able to just lock onto their target, to their vehicle. So I'm hearing... I've just seen some guys over here, yeah.
Contact.
Seen that guy. I'm gonna ditch the...
You're safe.
I'm gonna ditch the car. Only because I really believe using a car in this game mode draws a lot of unwanted attention to you. You know, this game mode is... You're basically trying to... Oh, someone's been here. You're trying to earn them as much cash as you can and not lose it. So in a way, I almost perceive that as you're trying to get as much cash as you can. You know, every gunfight that you're in, there's a potential to lose money. So if you minimize the gunfights, then you minimize the chances of you losing your money that you've gained. Just makes sense to me to sort of stay out of gunfights. You want to, you know, shoot around and shit. Battle Royale is the game mode more designed for that. You still get the chance of earning money, but yeah, it's a complete different mind frame going in. Self-revive kit is probably one of the most essential items that you can have in this game mode, or even Battle Royale. Wow, it's funny, usually by now, you know, you could easily have 300,000. I think due to that first little bit where I had to sort of leave where I was, it stunted my performance financially. but a couple more boxes and we will be there. Since the latest updates come out, I've noticed that a lot of the guns that are coming out are legendary. So for instance, this crossbow, the Watchful Eye, legendary, and some of the assault rifles and SMGs, I mean, they look good, they get the job done. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't drive vehicles. Surely causes too much. You know, I wouldn't have heard him had he been walking. He may have seen me and been able to take me out. But yeah, he sort of did that to himself, old mate. This is one of my favourite areas to check. It's the sort of like the construction site, or the place where they're building all these new houses. Someone has been here. Shit. Not going too well. Old mate didn't have much cash on him. Still got 20 minutes, we'll see how we go. So they obviously haven't checked every building here. So one of the reasons I like this is because no windows. You can come in and come out and not make any sound. Makes it easier for evading the enemy or any targets that you've identified. Just got to reevaluate where I'm heading, because a lot of people have been here, and as you can see on the map by the red crown, the #1 team is near me. Alright, what I'm going to do is head up here.
Locate and secure cache. Enemy attack chopper is in the AO. Bring it down and recover the cache.
Open that here. Aeroplane will have a drop box for me. There it is. See how we go. Still in the air. Oh, everywhere's been checked. Yeah, the problem with playing this game solo, not only is it designed for, like, specifically for a squad, but this part when you're checking boxes and that, and you've got no one who can watch your back, and
hostile dropping
old
into
mate's
the
coming
area.
in now.
Watch the skies.
There's 2 people here. This is what's good about the 100 clip, is I'm able to sustain in the gunfight longer than normal. And as I said, you know, when there's one and you're up against four, it can be a bit harder. But oh well. That being said, I'm still going to drop back in on here. Because, I mean, those guys aren't necessarily that good. And I may be able to...
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
This is where, you know, if I was there with a squad, we would be able to dominate a bit easier with a team. These guys are crews, you know. I got 7 seconds.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Ah, well. Wow, that's pretty subpar effort. 150,000. To be honest, that's one of my worst games by myself. You know, you can still average anywhere from 400,000 to, you know, 750,000. Which, when you think about it, you know, the winning team usually gets, you know, 1.3 million. It's pretty good for... Okay, this is a bit weird. Just have my rank on level 1 and 2, and I'm on rank 96. That's really weird. We'll reload that again, plunder, and hopefully we'll go a bit better. That was pretty poor, to be honest. All right, so in the next video, it will load out straight into the game. So talk to you soon, guys. Thanks for tuning in.